We will never deviate from that approach. So, turning then to my second topic. Our monetary policy framework is built on the unchanging foundation of our mandate from Congress to foster maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. We remain fully committed to fulfilling our statutory mandate, and the revisions to our framework will support that mission across a broad range of economic conditions. Our revised statement on longer-run goals and monetary policy strategy, which we refer to as our consensus statement to save time, describes how we pursue our dual mandate goals. It is designed to give the public a clear sense of how we think about monetary policy, and that understanding is important both for transparency and accountability, and for making monetary policy more effective. The changes we made in this review are a natural progression grounded in our ever-evolving understanding of our economy. We continue to build upon the initial consensus statement adopted in 2012 under Chairman Ben Bernanke's leadership. Today's revised statement is the outcome of the second public review of our framework, which we conduct at 5-year intervals. This year's review included 3 elements: Fed Listens events at Reserve banks around the country, a flagship research conference, and policymaker discussions and deliberations supported by staff analysis at a series of FOMC meetings. In approaching this year's review, a key objective has been to make sure that our framework is suitable across a broad range of economic conditions. At the same time, the framework needs to evolve with changes in the structure of the economy and our understanding of those changes. The Great Depression presented different challenges from those of the Great Inflation and the Great Moderation, which in turn are different from the ones we face today. At the time of the last review, we were living in a new normal, characterized by the proximity of interest rates to the effective lower bound, or ELB, along with low growth, low inflation, and a very flat Phillips curve, meaning that inflation was not very responsive to slack in the economy. To me, a statistic that captures that era is that our policy rate was stuck at the ELB for 7 long years following the onset of the global financial crisis in late 2008. Many here will recall the sluggish growth and painfully slow recovery of that era. It appeared highly likely that if the economy experienced even a mild downturn, our policy rate would be back at the ELB very quickly, probably for another extended period. Inflation and inflation expectations could then decline in a weak economy, raising real interest rates as nominal rates were pinned near zero. Higher real rates would further weigh on job growth and reinforce the downward pressure on inflation and inflation expectations, triggering an adverse dynamic. The economic conditions that brought the policy rate to the ELB and drove the 2020 framework changes were thought to be rooted in slow-moving global factors that would persist for an extended period. And they might well have done so, if not for the pandemic. The 2020 consensus statement included several features that addressed the ELB-related risks that had become increasingly prominent over the preceding 2 decades. We emphasized the importance of anchored inflation, longer-term inflation expectations to support both our price stability and maximum employment goals. Drawing on an extensive literature on strategies to mitigate risks associated with the ELB, we adopted flexible average inflation targeting, a make-up strategy to ensure that inflation expectations would remain well anchored even with the ELB constraint. In particular, we said that following periods when inflation had been running persistently above 2%, appropriate monetary policy would likely aim to achieve inflation moderately above 2% for some time. In the event, rather than low inflation in the ELB, the post-pandemic reopening brought the highest inflation in 40 years to economies around the world. Like most other central banks and private sector analysts, through year-end 2021, we thought that inflation would subside fairly quickly without a sharp tightening in our policy stance, as this slide will show. When it became clear this was not the case, we responded forcefully, raising our policy rate by 5.25 percentage points over 16 months. That action, combined with the unwinding of pandemic supply disruptions, contributed to inflation moving much closer to our target without the painful rise in unemployment that has accompanied previous efforts to counter high inflation. This year's review considered how economic conditions have evolved over the past 5 years. During this period, we saw that the inflation situation can change rapidly in the face of large shocks. In addition, interest rates are now substantially higher than was the case during the era between the global financial crisis and the pandemic. With inflation above target, our policy rate is restrictive, modestly so in my view. We cannot say for certain where rates will settle out over the longer run, but their neutral rate may now be higher than during the 2010s, reflecting changes in productivity, demographics, fiscal policy, and other factors that affect the balance between saving and investment. During the review, we discussed how the 2020 statement's focus on the ELB may have complicated communications about our response to high inflation. We concluded that the emphasis on an overly specific set of economic conditions may have led to some confusion, and as a result, we made several important changes to the consensus statement to reflect that insight. First, we removed language indicating that the ELB was a defining feature of the economic landscape. Instead, we noted that our monetary policy strategy is designed to promote maximum employment and stable prices across a broad range of economic conditions. The difficulty of operating near the ELB remains a potential concern, but it is not our primary focus. The revised statement reiterates that the committee is prepared to use its full range of tools to achieve its maximum employment and price stability goals, particularly if the federal funds rate is constrained by the ELB. Second, we returned to a framework of flexible inflation targeting and eliminated the makeup strategy. As it turned out, the idea of an intentional moderate inflation overshoot had proved irrelevant. There was nothing intentional or moderate about the inflation that arrived a few months after we announced our 2020 changes to the consensus statement, as I acknowledged publicly in 2021.
You got Trump tweets hitting right now.
Well-anchored inflation expectations were critical to our success in bringing down inflation without a sharp increase in unemployment. Anchored expectations promote the return of inflation to target when adverse shocks drive inflation higher and limit the risk of deflation when the economy weakens. Further, they allow monetary policy to support maximum employment in economic downturns without compromising price stability. Our revised statement emphasizes our commitment to act forcefully to ensure that longer-term inflation expectations remain well anchored to the benefit of both sides of our dual mandate. It also notes that price stability is essential for a sound and stable economy and supports the well-being of all Americans. This theme came through loud and clear at our Fed Listens events. The past 5 years have been a painful reminder of the hardship that high inflation imposes, especially on those least able to meet the higher costs of necessities. Third, our 2020 statement said that we would mitigate shortfalls rather than deviations from maximum employment. The use of shortfalls reflected the insight that our real-time assessments of the natural rate of unemployment, and hence of maximum employment, are highly uncertain. The later years of the post-global financial crisis recovery featured employment running for an extended period above mainstream estimates of its sustainable level, along with inflation running persistently below our 2% target. In the absence of inflationary pressures, it might not be necessary to tighten policy based solely on uncertain real-time estimates of the natural rate of unemployment. We still have that view, but our use of the term shortfalls was not always interpreted as intended, raising communications challenges. In particular, the use of shortfalls was not intended as a commitment to permanently forswear preemption or to ignore labor market tightness. Accordingly, we removed shortfalls from our statement. Instead, the revised document now states more precisely that the committee recognizes that employment may run at times above real-time assessments of maximum employment without necessarily creating risks to price stability. Of course, preemptive action would likely be warranted if tightness in the labor market or other factors pose risks to price stability. The revised statement also notes that maximum employment is the highest level of employment that can be achieved on a sustained basis in a context of price stability. This focus on promoting a strong labor market underscores the principle that durably achieving maximum employment fosters broad-based economic opportunities and benefits for all Americans. The feedback we received at Fed Listens events reinforced the value of a strong labor market for American households, employers, and communities. Fourth, consistent with the removal of shortfalls, we made changes to clarify our approach in periods where our employment and inflation objectives are not complementary. In those circumstances, we will follow a balanced approach in promoting them. The revised statement now more closely aligns with the original 2012 language. We take into account the extent of departures from our goals and the potentially different time horizons over which each is projected to return to a level consistent with our dual mandate. These principles guide our policy decisions today, as they did in the 2022 to 24 period, when the departure from our 2% inflation target was the overriding concern. In addition to these changes, there is a great deal of continuity with past statements. The document continues to explain how we interpret the mandate Congress has given us and describes the policy framework that we believe will best promote maximum employment and price stability. We continue to believe that monetary policy must be forward-looking and consider the lags in its effects on the economy. For this reason, our policy actions depend on the economic outlook and the balance of risks to that outlook. We continue to believe that setting a numerical goal for employment is unwise because the maximum level of employment is not directly measurable and changes over time for reasons unrelated to monetary policy. We also continue to view a longer-run inflation rate of 2% as most consistent with our dual mandate goals. We believe that our commitment to this target is a key factor helping keep longer-term inflation expectations well anchored. Experience has shown that 2% inflation is low enough to ensure that inflation is not a concern in household and business decision-making, while also providing a central bank with some policy flexibility to provide accommodation during economic downturns. Finally, the revised consensus statement retained our commitment to conduct a public review roughly every 5 years. There's nothing magic about the 5-year pace. That frequency allows policymakers to reassess structural features of the economy and to engage with the public, practitioners, and academics on the performance of our framework. It is also consistent with several global peers. To wrap up, I want to thank President Schmid and all of his great Kansas City staff who work so diligently to host this outstanding event annually, counting a couple of virtual appearances during the pandemic. This is the 8th time I've had the honor to speak from this podium. Each year, this symposium offers the opportunity for Fed leaders to hear ideas from leading economic thinkers and focus on the challenges we face. The Kansas City Fed was very wise to lure Chair Volcker here to this national park more than 40 years ago, and I am so proud to be part of that tradition. Thank you very much.
There we go. Wow, a lot there. All right, we got Mandy. We'll welcome Mandy in here really quick when she's ready to jump on in. But let's get right into it. Jack, wow, sounds like Dubs. Hey, Mandy, what's going on? Welcome aboard to Fast Markets. I'm going to throw it to you here. I want to get some thoughts from Jack.
Hello.
Jack, thoughts on the Powell speech? There's a lot there. What are your thoughts? We saw huge moves in the market. What are your thoughts here, Jack?
Well, you can see it was quite dovish. There was a flurry of news going on both sides. We had dueling, we had Powell, we had Trump going at the same time. But yeah, he said a few things that were dovish. Chief among them was the very first thing when he came on. Shifting balance of risk may warrant adjusting policy. That's a call out to cutting rates. And the Fed watch, we saw it go from a 70% chance to a 90-something% chance. Let me see where we're at right now. We're looking, 91% chance of a rate cut in September. Also, we had the yield sell-off, 10-year down. Not the biggest ever, but, we're down closer to 4.25 now. Gold took off like a rocket ship. Let me check back in with gold. I had that chart up for a while there.
Yes, it did. Gold shot out of a cannon. All right, let's take a look at some of these prices real quick, Jack. We popped about 60, 70 points in the ES during that speech. Take a look at the NASDAQ. Popped about 350 points. ES topped out at 64.86. Don't forget, all-time highs, 65.08 and 3/4. Hogue, can we get there? What kind of upside targets do you have in index equities or gold? Man, oh man, markets are moving here, Hogue. What are your thoughts on this crazy day so far?
Well, I think that the reaction is, of course, the fact that Chairman Powell was quite dovish. if you will. Remember, we just put in these all-time highs last week in the S&P and in the NASDAQ. We've come off quite a bit. I think we just got some good news today as far as potential targets. The only thing higher than the high of the day in the S&Ps that I see as a potential target for today is the last week's high, 65.0875. Now, if you look at this,
all-time high.
this is another verification of the current weekly kickoff high in the S&Ps. We put in this low this week. So if I take this measurement from here to here, let's just say loosely 62.40 up to the all-time high 65.08, and I take that measurement and I go from the low of this week, it goes right to the weekly kickoff high. Yet another confirmation that is going to be an important level if we get there, or when we get there. I think it's just a matter of time until we do. So I think we got good news. What I really took from Powell, and just a kind of an overall gut feeling about it, is one of his biggest concerns is stagflation. He wants to make sure and support employment, and I think one of the biggest concerns for inflation is probably, he mentioned tariffs a couple of times, not too much, but I think he's basically calling all hands on deck to prevent stagflation. Stagflation is low employment and high inflation. Very, very, very difficult thing to come out of. As far as like the NASDAQ is concerned, let's take a look at the daily on this. Okay.
A little bit.
So we have the all-time high, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row points of contact off that trend line. Where did we just trade up to? Almost to that trend line. Let's take a look at the 30. Did we take out any shorter time frame levels on this move to the upside? Yes, we did. We took out weekly kickoff low 23,420. We're now back above that. That's good news. Naked point of control and some single prints from back here on the 19th of August. But I think the big barrier for continuation of the upside is going to be this trend line, because yes, were several points of contact on that. And if we do, there's a naked point of control, 23,942, and then all-time high above that, and then weekly kickoff high above that, 24,420. Bang.
Oh, all right. We are locked in. 5,300 people watch all across the globe right now. Powell just got done speaking, indicating we got rate cuts coming here. Click like, click subscribe, click the bell upper right-hand corner. Mandy Doom, number 48 on the big board. Any trades, any prices you're looking at right here, right now?
Short.
What price,
I'm
my
short
man?
one micro from 566.5.
566.
Kind of, falling in that retail trader frame, too high to buy. But I do have a setup if this current 1 minute has to stay under.
Okay.
What do we got? 46 seconds.
Yeah, I would say that we got about 45 seconds. That 1 minute needs to stay under for there to be more of a short bias. I'm just going to say rest of the day, I am looking long. I think this market has been on a downtrend for quite a while. So we are just looking for any good news, and we just need to find a time to BTFD. So that is what I'm looking for. I'll probably just scalp a couple of times on the way up. I'm not looking into really getting anything until we can hold above 600 for the longs. Shorts would have to be below probably 490s, and my 3-minute candle would have to close before that. So that's kind of my overall sentiment. I think we just want to jump onto this train and go with it. Where can we enter? Where's our entry?
Where do we get in? Look at gold. Gold is not done. Gold up about $40. Yes, you heard that right. $40 since Powell started speaking. Trump did hit the wires, by the way. We'll get into that a little bit later. We got some more buying coming in here in the ES. About 9 points off the highs. Last trade 64.78. Dow is cooking to the upside. Crude just chilling. Whatever, crude. You are not the star of the show today. The star of the show is gold, Dow, and Dow, NASDAQ, and the ES. And ES about 25 points away from all-time highs. All-time high is 65.08 in the orders. Doom is short. Andy, looking for a push
Yeah.
higher here. Jack, any levels we got our eyes on in the ES
Yeah.
here on Top Step TV? We are cooking.
Keep an eye on that 64.70, 64.68 level. As we can see, I was talking about the options earlier and like where's the first spot in this rally where we met any sort of resistance? Well, it's right there at that next options level. Whether you're going long or short, I feel like, Mandy, if you're looking for a place to go long, around there is not terrible. You kind of will be right big, or you got your stop. Or if you think it's going to turn around, at these levels, there's like a bigger chance for some risk reward when you take the trade, I think. But I'm hands off for now.
Look at gold go.
Also, we didn't mention yet, Trump said that he will fire Lisa Cook if she doesn't resign. So just so everybody knows how that would play out, you can only fire Fed people for cause. That seems to be what they're trying to do. No matter what happens, though, it's going to be tied up forever. Cook has indicated that she is not going to resign. So that'll be tied up for a long time. But people on the Fed do a 14-year term, so this might be something where they're willing to try and fight it to its logical conclusion.
It's 14 years. Okay. Gold. Look at gold go. New highs in gold. 34.17. 34.17. When Powell started to speak, we were trading 33.74. Again, up $40+ in gold. Looks like ES might be trying to cook this thing higher. No pun intended with the cook thing there. NASDAQ trading 23,588, about 50 points off the highs there. Man, oh man. 50-50 on the tilt.
Gold just got a whole new
fundamental shift. Fundamental shift, Hogue. Weaker dollar.
Yeah, I mean, lower interest rates makes the dollar cheaper, makes it cheaper to borrow, easier to buy things like gold. Bam,
more dollars.
There it is.
More dollars to buy. Crude trading $63.81. 50-50 on the tilt. Doom is still short. What's the out here, Doom? Did you take any trades while Powell was speaking, Doom?
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. Mandy looking for 600.
That's usually not a great thing to do.
I'm not
the
so
reaction
keen on the economy thing. I'm sorry, Jack.
Yeah, well, we can all do a real-time experiment as the Fed probably cuts in September. Keep your eye on the 10-year rate. Compared to stocks and gold and what have you, the reaction in the 10-year was somewhat muted to this. We were at 4.3 before, so just 3 basis points down. Let me share this instead here. This is the 10-year yield on the hour. Not the sort of huge move one might expect.
Heads up, they might pop this ES. Well, let's think about this. Earlier in the week, it was there was the the rumor out there that Powell was kind of being a little bit more hawkish, right? That he was going to be non-committal coming into this, and we saw a sell-off in the equities. I'm not quite sure how much we did sell off coming into this, but I don't see why we can't unwind. Sell the rumor, buy the news, Hogue? I think that's what we might be seeing here. If we can push this thing higher here. ES 50-50 on the tilt. Dow, very, very strong to the upside. Gold, not done. Mandy, you got your eye on a trade here. The Salt Lake City sniper in the house here on this Friday.
I'm looking to I'm going to enter in here real quick. Real close stop and TP. Just a few points, actually. Not many.
Did you catch it? Are you in? Mandy,
want the push right now if we are going to get it. With an upper target probably at 12 or so. Feels a little poor, but I am feeling like this is going to test our highs, or at least get to the top of this wick where we were had that pullback. So yeah, let's see how this plays out here. Looking for this kind of a here and now. Might cut it when it comes, if there's, a couple minutes and I'm not seeing the action that I want. I'm a sniper. I like to get in. I like to get out. I like momentum, increase in volatility or volume. So that's kind of how I do it. So this is looking really good to want to try these upper highs.
Okay. Yes, might be making another push here higher. 64.81 and a half.
We're looking at all-time highs. It'll be about the same. I usually like to look at the SPX or the spot market for it. Since we hit all-time highs just on the 14th, so just a week, there's not a big difference between that. So the all-time high you see in your chart in the ES is about what the all-time high would be in the spot market, maybe just a few points beyond that.
I think we're going to get there. Can we put up a poll? Put up a poll in the chat. Are we going to see all-time highs today in the ES? That'd be 6508.75. Will we get to all-time highs in the ES today? 20 points to go. 22 points to go. Got a 600 lot to the upside. 64.85 on the ask in the ES.
And I'm out another 300 on the board this morning.
Very nice.
And out. Well
Nice
done,
job.
Andy.
How I do?
Andy will be.
Very nice.
Wow. Chat is saying no.
That
Chat is saying no.
just came and got you and fell off right off that, didn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was looking. I was looking for a test of this top wick here. So, we touched it. I made sure it was like a tick or two below that, maybe even $1 below that, and that's kind of where I look for my targets with these quick snipings is the wicks or even candle bodies.
Sniper.
Pew, pew. All right, poll is up. Will we see all-time highs in ES today? And that price is 65. Well, can we get the price? 6508.75. 0.75 would be all-time highs. Get your votes in. Currently trading 64.84. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes.
I am
All-time
too,
highs
Andre,
in
because I want it
ES.
to happen.
Yeah, that's right. It'd be good for the story. It'd be
And
good
I
for the
think-
show, Hogue.
Slow
Good
grind,
for your 401k.
slow grind Friday.
I think we
Right?
get it. I think we'll get it. I
No,
think we will.
you know, I feel like these days where we have any type of good news or any start to a trend without news, especially on a Friday, we go that way. But ACH, anything can happen.
That's
We've seen
right.
wild
ACH.
stuff in these markets.
ACH indeed. Trump speaks to reporters. I believe that has already taken place. We have an announcement from Trump at 11 a.m. Central. Fed's Hammock scheduled to speak at 10:30 a.m. Central, so about an hour. That would be on CNBC. But right now, markets are holding around the highs here.
Doom, you still short?
50,000.
Yeah, I'm in with one micro. I'm
Okay.
willing to see it play out.
Sure. Where's your CYA? Where's your CYA on that?
Oh, it was down at 415. But if it starts falling from up here, we could see lower. My setup is still at play.
You have a stop
Even
in?
though, I do. It's 660. 23,660 is where my stop is.
Okay.
Chilling. I was debating on adding here on this stop, but I just adding to the lows there. No. You said Trump is going to be speaking right about now too?
11
No more
a.m.
on Trump.
11 a.m. He did start speaking.
Yeah,
when Powell-
that's too close to apply size. Now,
Just relax, have a smoke.
He's
right.
Water those palms.
Enjoy the show. It's Friday. It's
Absolutely.
been a decent week for me. No complaints. I got so many things done around the house following
guy.
Coach Robin's advice from your show. I got a big list, and most of the repairs, it's who gets it done around here. I don't call people. Got the tools and get out and get it done. Got to repaint my mailbox too.
Repaint the
the-
mailbox.
that's on the
Love it. You
agenda.
saw the to-do list from Doom in the house, number 48 on the big board. I got the 700 lot up at 64.85 in the ES. We're about 4 points away from that. Get another push here to the upside. What's going to go first? Dow's definitely just grinding higher. 45,671 new highs printed in the Dow. Looks like the ES might be testing new highs here.
Not far behind.
2 points to go. 2 points to go.
I'm long. Looking for a quick
Get there?
test. I'm only scalping like 5 points, you guys.
What price you get? Just in and out.
17.
Okay. 617, 617.
Candles are all- these candles are moving so much that
Amazing.
I'm not able to. I have to like really zoom in. 'Cause
Hey,
the ATR is
this is
quite high.
this is a sniper's dream right here, right now. Getting that volatility, getting the volume. We got some sound like trying to hold it up at the 64.86s. Oh, Jack.
600s are not looking too hot.
Interesting. Let's see what they want to do here.
I like return to 64.70.
Who is going to get in the way? All right, we got the poll. We killed that poll. There we go. 500 votes in the poll. What we see all-time highs in the ES today. 56% saying yes, we will. I think we will too. It's just digesting a little bit right here.
Yeah, it was just a difference in expectations. Powell was more dovish than was expected. The market always has its own spirit, but if we were to hit all-time highs, that would be a pretty big move for a change of, like 70% to 90% in the odds of a quarter point rate cut.
Blue Boy saying this is.
I don't like that we didn't hold above 600. There is a 50 lot at 620. I'm hoping that it's gone now. Yeah, let's see right here, right now, if we can, probably in the next 30 seconds, if we can hold above 600s. This one might be a time entry. Again, we didn't push all the way up, so that's kind of where my mind's going here. We'll give it another 15 seconds or so.
How are we looking on Delta?
S&P Delta positive 12,000. NASDAQ positive 1,600.
Damn, just buy.
Mm-hmm. Both hands.
That's right. Both hands indeed. 6 points off the highs in the ES. That NASDAQ ladder, very, very thin.
Yeah.
Double tick wide spread as well. Any volume on this? They're going to keep saying.
Guys, get out and push, will you?
Looking a little better.
We're going to.
Yeah.
We're going to. Positive Delta, GK. Yes, that means market orders are coming in and lifting the offer. Aggressive buyers are coming in with more business to do. Just buying it up.
There we go. This looks good.
Yeah, we're going to keep going.
I'm going to push to 20, probably about 25. So that's where the next little window is of some contracts. We got 41 contracts. We don't get this push here, I might just want to take a scratch. Kind of getting that stop again. Let's see here. Give it a couple more seconds.
Dow's doing the work. Dow doing the work. Dow new highs, 45,684. Mandy. Hang in there, Mandy.
I know this momentum is just right here, right now. Sometimes it takes a second to decide, but
Don't pop it.
I'll probably close out of it and then it'll come and tap me out. But let me see here.
See, the thing with Mandy, she's a sniper.
Everybody.
She's a sniper. Any trades longer than 4 or 5 minutes, it feels like an eternity for her. But the trade's still valid.
Yeah,
Still in this.
I think I'm gonna try to get as close to scratch as I can here. Yeah, I'm not loving it. We're just not pushing that moment. I was looking for the momentum continuation. So, I mean, now we're probably tapping here. Let's see if we can hit to 25. Yep, we hit 25. We're fine. I was a few seconds early. That's okay. I just didn't like the acceptance of risk at that point because I was in that a little too long. But if you guys helped, great, good job. Go for it. Go you.
Go you,
Exactly.
she says.
Go you.
Go you, she says. Go you indeed.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm also a little bit more tight and more don't want to hang out too long because we are in such a weird day with Powell speaking. That always adds quite an interesting dynamic to the markets. We are in a Friday, so I just don't want to hold on to things I don't love. So again, we're not breaking this high yet. Let's see if we can, but we are also holding on a 1-day trend line. That's this blue line. It's at a very not angle long angle right now, but that's another key point that I'm kind of looking at. So yeah, I think shorts could be valid here if in the next minute, or I guess 2 minutes, I like my 3 minute. If we have a red candle in 3 minutes, or sorry, excuse me, 1 minute and 50 seconds, then I think shorts are valid at that point.
Crude sold off about 30 cents there. Last trade, $63.66. Looks like we got the grind going here, grinding higher in the ES. 64.89 just printed. NASDAQ grinding as well. Dow, just look at the 5 minutes, all green bars for the last 40 minutes or so.
Well, the house is still long, I think. 5 micro crude oil, 63.72. We're along the only thing that didn't sky after Powell's speech.
New highs
Dow.
ES coming up.
Yeah.
Coming up
Right,
at 6,500.
18 points, all-time highs. 18 points from all-time highs. Again, the ES, we are up 80 points. 80 points since Powell started speaking. We were trading 64.12. We're currently trading 64.91. 91 there.
See the
NASDAQ.
ear horns.
NASDAQ up
Ear horns up.
4 points since Powell started speaking. We were trading 23,269. Just put a new highs, 23,647. Those asking all-time highs in the NASDAQ of 24,068. Still got some work to do before we get there. 50 on the tilt. What do we have in store next? Doom still in this trade. 1 micro. No biggie.
Chilling. There's a big order at 650. If it comes, picks it up on the ask. If it picks it up and shoots through, good. I'm willing to add one there. So this phenomenal move from Dolby. And won't be about it for the day, but still kind of iffy. I feel kind of sus that the boys with the options would cash out and go buy Lambos today and have a start of a great weekend.
Is it a Lambo kind of day?
If you had zero expiration down here, what was it, 540s on the NASDAQ, QQQ? Oh, yeah, buddy.
We might have some more bullish news for equities here from Canada. Canada is to remove retaliatory tariffs on many U.S. products.
Indeed. Also, TikTok.
I saw
They
that.
keep TikTok open. Apparently, they have American buyers, but
They found their way into
who
the
they are or
news.
what they are, I don't know.
They found their way into the news. Incredible. 600 lot up at 64.90 in the ES on the ask. Anything else up here? Where do we get in? 64.88 last trade. 50 on tilt, and Dow continues to grind higher. 45,735.
All right, here's a little push down. Let's see how.
This might be it.
Whoa, my dog.
Guys,
I'm the dog.
I've had
Happened there.
it started storming outside. I'm sorry, guys, and I had issues with my internet the past couple of days. So if I disappear,
All good.
Don't worry, I'll be
It's not
fine.
the hurricane. It's not the hurricane, though.
Yeah, it was pretty stormy, and I had no
Nice
internet
dog.
for about almost a day.
Nice pooch.
Now or never.
New highs in gold, 34.21.
Luna got a haircut, you guys, so she's not as fluffy as she was, but she doesn't like
Look at
seeing
that
other
nice
dogs
dog.
going for walks. So sorry about that. She's a good girl, though.
No worries.
23,612. Now 614's trade in the NASDAQ. Can we get another push to the upside here? Are the dip buyers going to jump in?
The dip buyers,
This is a tricky spot here.
This would be your dip. This is about as big of a dip you're going to get.
I know, right?
Really.
5 points. Yes.
Push, another push. I think we're going to do it. What do we have? 55% saying yes, we won't get to all-time highs in the ES. We have 20 points to go. Anthony Taylor in chat
agree
says
with
gold
Priscilla.
overbought. Gold overbought.
Priscilla in the chat, 6,500 SPX. That is just above the all-time highs if we get there.
Yo, come on, another push here. Another push. It's gonna be zombie rally today. What do we have? We got hammock. What's the euro doing? Hoop. I can't look at the euro right now. What's 6E doing after that?
So I have an EMA moving average cross here. Yellow popped on top, so that is my moving average. It's a 10-day popped over the EMA. It would validate along, but look at how quick it was that we just had green pop on top. So the EMA pop on top. So for that reason, kind of a little tricky with how close these are. That's kind of one of my signals that I know a lot of people have been asking about. But again, with the volatility and the ATR today, it's a little trickier, but I do anticipate us having that little bit of a pullback here with that yellow popping on top. So yeah, let's see what happens here at 600. I'm really interested to see here how we hold above this in the next 3 minutes. I think we are going to continue to go up and to the right on a
You're
Friday.
right. Speaking of that, gold just putting in new highs. 34.22. Gold up $50. $50 since Powell began. Again, those are just tuning in. Powell indicating that rate cuts will be a policy adjustment, to quote Chairman Powell, essentially saying we got rate cuts coming. Well, Jack, what's the probability? We're up around 90% or so. Gotta be closer to 90.
Yeah, I mean, right now for the September meeting,
We gotta be
91.2%. I think more interesting would be to look at. We only have 3 more meetings this year. We have a September, October, December.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me compare.
How much time?
So the odds of 3 rate cuts has jumped from 25% yesterday to nearly 40% today. 2 is still nearly a 50% chance of that being implied for December.
Jack, do you think any of this was political? The political pressure got to them at all? Or the data truly does warrant this? I keep seeing inflation sticky. I see a lot of comments saying inflation sticky.
Only Powell knows for sure, right? I think, right. I think it's perfectly defensible to have a cut. Like, it's a tough position. I don't understand why these people want the job. We will see more. I mean, notice how he said things like May and things like that. I think we still got to see what the data is that comes out between now and the September meeting. We'll get another unemployment report. We'll get another CPI. That'll tell the tale. I'm very interested in the next CPI number.
I sold one.
Do we feel like there was some political pressure? Some political pressure that influenced the speech today.
I don't know. I think Powell's a pretty confident individual. I don't think political pressure, specifically from Trump, I don't think he gives two craps so much about what Trump thinks. But yeah, I think it's a very tricky spot where it's he's got quite the job that rocks.
Thread the needle.
Basically, it's insane.
Doom, put on your tinfoil hat. Was there political pressure into the statement at all? A hint of it, a sprinkle of it.
I'm sure after he was done, if he looked at the charts, he was like, whew, it pumped.
I thought, you happy, boss? That's what he looked. He looked at the chart and go, you happy now, boss?
There certainly is political pressure. But the thing is, like, when he didn't raise last time, he was much more in the sights then. Remember? Got something in my throat.
Yeah, the
much
July
more in the sights. That's when, like, it's like they've moved on to trying to fire other board members now, right?
Was there some political pressure on Jerome today on interest rates?
Oh yeah, getting
Let's get that wording dialed in there. We're grinding higher here.
I tried shorting and it picked up a 600 lot on the ES. I'm standing in front of it. There's more money above. This will probably start keep on grinding higher and piss against the wind.
I think we're just gonna keep doing a slow grind with little pullbacks here. I mean, earlier we had, quite a 100-point pullback, but let's look here. I think, 2 candles. Yeah, we're probably looking at around 30 points. We could see little pullbacks for re-entries and push higher is kind of what I'm going to anticipate the rest of today to go. But yeah, you guys, I feel super bad. I have a very, very important family situation coming up here that I need to attend to.
No worries.
I do want to invite you guys to all join us at the Ladies' Day for Reversal Challenge. So I will be joining you guys a little bit later this afternoon for Reversal Challenge. See how it'll go.
I'm seeing, yes, it'll be Mandy, it'll be Anne Marie, it'll be Dr. V. I will try to referee that thing. But yes, we will see Mandy in the Reversal Challenge later on today, the final hour of trading here on Top Step TV. Mandy, thanks for jumping on. You got to bounce.
Hey, thank you guys. Sorry it's so short, but happy to always spend some time, snipe it away, green on the day. I don't anticipate me trading anymore. So actually, why don't we do something smart? If you guys all love this, I'm going to go ahead and do a manual lockout for the rest of the day. Here we go. We're going to lock it up. Green on the day, green on a Friday. And
done.
We'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Mandy. Thanks. Well done.
All right, Mandy takes 2 green trades and bails. Awesome.
That's how you do it. There you go. Salt Lake City Sniper. Living up to the name. Okay, we got the poll up. We can take it down. 71% saying yes, there was some political pressure that influenced that speech. Maybe. All right, we got Euro close, bottom of the hour. The Dow is just relentlessly grinding up and to the right. 45,744, up about 600 points since Powell began. Doom, still in this thing, man.
Oh, no, I tried ES against 600 and some lot. I'm manually flattening it out. This is, even if it plays out, I won't be so mad because my setup was starting to slip, and I don't want to slip as well. Just against the wind, stay and try to short the market that just rallied over 400 points on NASDAQ. Trying to stay smart. The less I lose, the more I've made.
Yeah. It's Friday. We're almost too close to the all-time highs. Shout out to Nassim if we do. He said in 2 weeks, so I don't know. I guess we have to wait until 2 weeks are up before we vindicate his call. But we're almost too close to the all-time high for me to want to take any shorts.
I think we're going to get there. Yeah, and all-time highs in the ES, 65.08. And the order is about 18 points to go to get there. We got NASDAQ trading 23,622, about 20 points off the highs. Gold up about $50 as Powell began. All right, it looks like the markets are taking a bit of a break. Maybe there might be some more gas in the goose to the upside. That being said, JD, come on in. P&Ls and payouts. What's up, JD?
What's up, guys? Take a guess. What's the only market that didn't move during that whole debacle? I don't know why I call it debacle. Anyway,
crude oil.
We're long crude oil, and we're still at our entry price from that opening range breakout trade. So very little movement in crude. House account still long. All right, let's take a look at yesterday's best live funded P&Ls. Here are the top 5 live funded P&Ls from yesterday. Up at the top, Michael G, number 14 on the big board, trading the NQ. All 5 of these traders traded in the NASDAQ yesterday. So Michael G, number 14 on the big board, $12,475 in profits. Braden C, you've seen him right here on Top Step TV. He joins us for Fast Markets every once in a while. Number 17 on the big board, $10,026 in profits yesterday. CFT0718, I don't even remember his real name anymore. Number 221 on the big board, $6,900 in profits yesterday. Brian B, number 11 on the big board, $4,843 in profits. And Nestor G, pocketing a cool $4,500 trading the NQ yesterday. Those are your top 5 live funded P&Ls from yesterday. We've got some payout numbers too. Some decent payout numbers. Look at Muhammad up there at the top, number 33, $63,000 payout for Muhammad yesterday. He's having a great week. Big shout out to Muhammad. Krunel, number 12 on the big board, 21,500. Kino, number 13, 12,950. No movement on the big board again. He has held that number 13 rank on the big board for 3 consecutive days now. Mods, 23 on the big board, 6,319 in the pocket. And Isaac R, number 81, 1250. Going into the pocket, going into the weekend. Great job to all of these live funded traders. I'll be back in a bit with a little more for you.
Thank you, JD. Thank you very much. Nicholas Renell in the chat. So when do we think the rate cuts are going to happen? How big are they going to be? And can we get some guesses? Sounds like the rate cut's going to happen on September 17th. 25 basis points. Good question. But the question remains, is there going to be anything more than that after that, Jack? Looks like we got another. We're pricing in 2 rate cuts?
Yeah, the most likely path right now, and remember, these things change. They've changed a hell of a lot this week, is a half point in cuts in total by the December meeting this year. I just want to point out, because we haven't mentioned it, the friggin' Russell, of all things, is up 4% right now.
I think I saw all-time highs in the chat. Is that true?
What's up?
All-time highs? I saw someone in the chat saying all-time highs in the Russell. Is that true? Did we get all-time highs in? What are
Let
I
me
couldn't even tell you. Couldn't even tell you what that price is.
I check the spot. 1 second.
Might get another push here. Hey, Dow finally found a little bit of. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, rate sensitive indeed. Good call, Brad Sims. Absolutely.
They are.
Not even close. Okay, not even close, says Kieran. Another push here in the NASDAQ. Well, ES followed. Dow finally found a little bit of sign. By a little, I mean a little. We're talking about 30 points in the Dow.
No, sir. The high in the Russell is actually a big, fat old double top that happened 4 years apart. Remember, it has not gone anywhere. Actually, it technically hit its all-time high in November of 2024, but it hit that same all-time high pretty much in November of 2021. So it's been a rocky few years in the Russell.
Okay.
It is right up against like September contract high. I think it's a new September contract high, but not all-time high.
Gotcha. Thank you, Hogue. New highs ES. New highs NASDAQ. ES. New highs 64.93 just printed. 15 points, all-time highs. Can we get there? Who's our guy? Jack, you kept the receipts. He said all-time highs within 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That was earlier this week, correct?
Yes, Nassim, I called him out earlier, but to be, I don't know if this is being like a lawyer or pedantic, he didn't say within 2 weeks. He said in 2 weeks, and that was yesterday. So we got 12 days for this to play out.
I think we got about 2 hours before this thing happens. Let's see. Let's see if we get there. Come on. All right, look at NASDAQ tapping on some new highs for the day. 23,650 ES. Just grinding. Doom, where do we get in? It's going to be zombie up. What's up?
My short was based on potentially getting that bigger pullback on the 15-minute chart, which not getting. Stair-stepping and slow. Scary stuff. I'm waiting for a pullback. I might jump on a small time frame trade, but not yet. This is trend wave 3 on the 1 minute. Wave 2 and wave 4 are the ones that are high probability longs. So waiting for my moment. Hope I don't miss it.
We get to 6,500. What time does Trump talk today? Scheduled for 11 a.m. Central. 55 minutes from now. Well, it says as Trump makes an announcement. Did have an announcement yesterday or the day before. Created a chief design officer. What was the headline? We do have Hammock speaking at the bottom of the hour. That is a Fed speaker. Hammock speaks on CNBC at the bottom of the hour. Gold just printed new highs. 34.23. Gold up about $50. That's, you heard that, $50. Well, that's because the lower interest rates, weaker dollar, takes more dollars to buy gold. Be part of it. Doom is not. Doom is out of that.
It's now into a huge session gap. Gold is. Gap goes from August 8th to August 11th. And to close this session gap, price would have to get up to 34.7730.
Okay. That'd be $100. We'd be up $100.
There is one visual target on the way, 34.5280. One of those tasty little points of chill.
About two.
Long?
I think we're going to push into the high and pick these large orders on MNQ and keep on running.
What price you get?
602 even. Wait, I'm sorry. That's where my
602s?
No, that's where my stop is. Probably a better entry though. 642, 642, 641 and 3 ticks. Hey, bump the top.
No, hold on. We got Euro close. 23 minutes. 23 minutes. Here's your call 5-point pullback in the ES here, Jack. 64.88.
Well, once again, I got to show one of my favorite charts.
What we got?
Here we go. We'll see when we get a minute to go to my screen. If there's a problem with that, just let me know. Here it is. I showed this a while back. This is the SPX. We're at the high end of this channel. The hell of a big one.
What price would that be?
I mean, right here, right now. I mean, This isn't. When I showed it before, I said this isn't something you would trade on a intraday time scale, right? Because,
right.
I mean, look, this is the COVID drop. This is the inflation scare. This is the tariff tantrum. This is a very, very wide chart.
The tariff tantrum.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Braden again. Braden up $7,000 today.
Hey, Braden, he was up $10,000 yesterday.
Braden locked in. Again, there, Doom. Doom, what's the what are we looking at here? Upside, Doom. Take the bigger swig. To the moon, Kakumba. Let's go. All right, let's go.
750. At least 750.
750.
750.
Oh, you got anything upside?
751 and above. Maybe 24,000 if God's willing.
Yeah, I mean, we're right up against that trend line on the daily off the high. I mean, right at it. If we can bust out of that, I can certainly see more upside. 942. Another 300 points. I don't know about today, but that's the next visual target I see. We got to get through this trend line.
You got those top step daily levels pinned to the top of the chat here, or you click on that indicators tab. Top step X, type in top step daily levels and have those slap overlaid right there on your charts.
3, 4.
Right.
This is the leg here. New 5-minute candle just open. 20 minutes till the bottom of the hour. Also, Euro close. Also, Hammock scheduled to speak at the bottom of the hour. Guessing this is strategic to have Hammock come out after the Powell speech to perhaps maybe walk it back, or we'll just confirm. We'll see.
It's a good question,
I'm having
Andre.
one of those. I don't know if I had a head injury at some point, but I swear Hammock came out of nowhere for me. I just did not have someone named Hammock on my mind at the Fed.
They're all interchangeable. What city is Hammock from? Certainly can find that out. But here we go. A little push here. The buyers did step in. In the ES, they got in around 87.
If
And
it
we're trading
starts
64
pushing and gives me another leg, I'll add.
I like it. Point off the highs. ES.
Come on, go get
The
it.
NASDAQ follow. 8 points from the highs there.
Come on.
Hogue, how's Delta looking, Hogue?
In the NASDAQ 2100 positive, 14,000 positive in the S&Ps.
Gobbling this thing up. Gobbling this thing up. Thank you, JD. That's Hammock, Cleveland, representing the Cleveland Federal Reserve Bank. Thank you, JD. On new highs. Let's take a look at rates. What's the 10-year? We got to be under 4.3 at this point, right?
Yeah, we have been since the Powell thing. 4.25 on the dot in the 10-year yield.
Mission accomplished.
And that's
Got
what we'll
one
want
more.
to, if we want to watch how this policy plays out for like the rest of the year, let's keep an eye on the 10-year as we cut rates.
Looking for that yield to go lower?
Well, we hope so. I mean, the 10 years is the thing that's going to be most tied to mortgage rates.
Sure. What was that? Something just came in on the ask in the ES. What was that? 64.87. Just saw it came in offered about, we'll call it 300-400 lot. Did get filled, did get lifted.
Another
500 lot downside.
Yep. I mean, I think we're still seeing, we're still seeing more liquidity above the market in the S&Ps than below.
What's that telling you,
Maybe
Hope?
by a little bit. Well, if we're going to get liquidity, we're going higher.
Okay. How do we? What would the setup be for perhaps taking a trade with that information? If then's if.
Well,
it's 84.
So
it's 84 in the orders filled.
So we had a potential failed upside auction failure. Okay, we closed above the initial balance high, 64.86 and opened the next 30-minute bar above it. Okay, that says that the market is attempting to accept higher pricing. So the long kind of becomes the initial balance high. If we can hold the initial balance high, we could see this market continue this push to the upside to go and get that liquidity. We're not seeing that so much happening that well in the NASDAQ, although we're not coming off of that high very far. So I still like longs up here, and just using that initial balance high to look for longs for continuation allows you to limit risk.
What price would that be again?
Initial balance high, 64.86 right here.
Right there.
Yep. So, and if we look at the NASDAQ, I mean, NASDAQ did not close that 30-minute bar above the initial balance high, but it's pushed back up above there, and it's right up against that trend line. Man, we really need to bust that trend line if we're going to see any hope of continuation higher. I think in any of the equities, we got to see that trend line break, because I mean that's off the all-time high. Point of contact, 3 points of contact, holding below it, right back up to it, and it's really struggling there because. Andre, we say this all the time. We're not the only ones looking at that. So you got some traders that are probably looking into some shorts up at that level. So they're just placing orders, looking to get short. And if they do, exhaust the buyers up here, then maybe we pull back into the range. But if the buyers remain strong, we could exhaust the sellers up here, and those sellers would then become liquidity for all their stops above that level. S&P is just hanging right at that IB high. This is a tough trade to take. Where's the real risk on it? It's there's a lot of places that you could probably put your stops below here in the S&Ps. There's a lot of space down there.
I mean, sounds like we got a little sub going on here. We got that 600, 500, or that 600 lot sitting on this 64.84 in the orders. Here's 64.87. Got IB high. Where would you put the risk?
Probably below the bottom of the previous 30-minute bar at this point. So that would put our stop at 64.71.75. So, you know, we're looking at some significant risk on this. But we don't really have to take that. Here, let me look at something else here. 75.
Get Doom is in long from 23,642. Let's trade 23,626.
I mean, there is a low volume node right below the IB low here at 64.85 quarter. That's really tight risk though. That would have to go now for that to really kind of play out. Okay, we're back above the IB high in the NASDAQ. Doom, you're long.
Yeah, I'm thinking that either I bought into that bigger pullback that I would have been waiting on, or it's gonna be a blink and you miss it type of thing, and we just shoot from here.
Right.
So
Don't really.
Hey, risk is good. Location is decent. If it goes, it goes.
We might get it here. Again, all-time highs in the ES, 65.08 in the orders.
So on a shorter time frame, you could limit your risk on a long at about 64.82 in the S&Ps. Look at how nicely it's holding that IB high as support on a 5-minute chart.
Well, we got about 10 points to go in the SPX to hit all-time highs. And we got 26 points to go to the 6,500 SPX. Which, for those playing Reversal Challenge later, not a crazy place for us to end the day if we keep rallying.
Reversal Challenge. Who's on the Reversal Challenge again? We got Anne Marie, we got Mandy, we got Dr. V, the ladies take over. Sometimes there it is. Look at that. Fatima as well. Sometimes we're going to see some all-time record high simulated profits. That's practice accounts only, purely for entertainment, just to have a little fun, to take us into the weekend. Again, that is ladies to the Reversal Challenge. 2 p.m. Central, the last hour of trading. All right, let's take a look at some of these other markets. We did see crude sell off a little bit. Well, 63.45, up about 15 cents from there, 63.60. NASDAQ, a little bit of a holding pattern here, 23,632. And once Powell started, popped about 400 points. Yes, you heard that, 400 points. We did see some buying coming into the speech as well. Maybe squaring up some positions, but definitely was a bullish sentiment when the chairman began to speak. And we do have President Trump is scheduled to speak at the top of the hour. Hammock speaking at the bottom of the hour. That's the Fed speaker from Reserve Bank of Cleveland.
She got someone new in charge of her social media policy or something, because we got a lot of Hammock coming at us in the last couple of days.
PR team strong. Do they have agents? How's that work? They have agents and stuff? It's a different time.
I don't know what kind of staff they have. And it is, I mean, we talked about this other time, there are a lot of things the governors actually do beyond, like, I'm in Chicago, so I'm most familiar with what Goolsby does. He's not voting right now, but, like, for instance, the Reserve Bank in Chicago, you know where that is. That's where he picked up the beige book, Andre. Actually,
where's my damn beige?
He's in charge of dispensing, collecting, and destroying all the cash that goes in circulation in the area.
Is that true?
Yeah, you can never bring cameras down there, but I listened to a podcast where they described it. You know, these trucks go in, there's like a big bulletproof glass wall, and they like,
wow, I've seen that one
down, and, like, spin it around or something like that. It's fascinating stuff.
It is.
Is it like old money that's been kind of beaten up, or
Old and new. So they bring the cash in there and then they grade it to see if it goes back out into circulation or if it gets shredded. And you can get, I believe,
Yes, you
for
can.
free, or you can get bags
Like-
of shredded cash there.
It's like confetti.
I think there was a movie about a robbery heist hitting that facility. I forgot the name of it. They were out to get the money out of circulation that was been decided to be destroyed. Interesting.
I like it. Looks like the Ooh, a little selling in there. 64.90 last trade in the ES. Take a look at that NASDAQ ladder. What's cooking over there on the NASDAQ? Wow, what do we got? Something's up here. I got a 100 lot up at 23,650. About 20 points away from that.
Delete this prediction.
A little thicker here. Got some offers stacked in the ES. That 500 lot was pulled. I don't believe it was filled. The bid there in the ES. About on the hour, in about 8 minutes. Don't forget, what the president's going to say? President get in the way of this rally with whatever he has to say. I did talk about Zelensky, talked about TikTok, talked about Cook. Wow.
I'd love for him to come out and say to the moon, baby, or buy now.
I mean, remember that? Great time to buy stocks.
This is a viable market.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
This is tricky. I wish I had Mandy's persistence to just kind of buy this with short stops. Like, I think, we probably try and test these all-time highs. We're not there yet in the SPX. Let me check this out.
Point off the highs here. Is like a little more stubborn.
81.3. So we're about 6 or 7 points away. So 6 or 7 points higher than here would be the SPX.
It's now or never for me.
In there. Now, why do you say now or never? Doom, why do you say now or never? I heard you talking to yourself. Now or never.
I have a setup. This is the continuation on the 1 minute right here at this price. If it fails, this would be that pullback I would anticipate and buy later. I bought into it. It's such a key price, man. Hey, that's why we have a stop loss. Apply the risk.
That's right.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Interesting day. Interesting day for sure.
Incredible.
I'm sure
Incredible.
every guru out there had a setup for this pump after the
Every
fact.
who?
Every guru out there on YouTube.
Guru.
Every trading guru that buy my course, bro. This was our setup. But look how much money we made on Discord. You know how it is.
I went long into the Powell speech. Look at this.
Yep.
I got this shit figured out.
Full port.
Really get it. Yeah. Hey. Go full booming. 50 and lot.
Arthur Gill says, and 90 minutes later, we are in a 7-point range. Gross. Stay patient. You think we're done, Arthur? We got more. There's more to come. These markets aren't done. Just simply digesting. I can see some people saying bull flag up here. Some people say forming a in the top here. What's that delta looking like, Hogue? Still positive in the ES?
Yep, 14,200 positive in the ES, 1,700 positive in the NASDAQ. A little bit of selling coming in up against that trend line in the NASDAQ. That could be liquidity higher.
Still looking long?
S&Ps are. NASDAQ is really in a pickle here.
Pickle indeed.
Pickle, you say?
Yes.
Pickle. All right. We got 5 minutes to the bottom of the hour. We got a hammock, also scheduled speed. We got the president. President just says, all right, give me a mic. Markets are crushing it today, but I still want to speak. Okay, James, come on in. What a morning so far. Whew, James, come on in.
Hey, yeah, it's been quite the morning, and things aren't slowing down here on Top Step TV, even though it may be Friday. Next Tuesday at 1 p.m., join Top Step TV for another edition of Mindset Matters with Robin Dane, known across Wall Street as the Trader's Coach. Robin has worked with professional traders, hedge fund managers, and performers to build confidence, discipline, and mental toughness. Now she's back to take your questions live, sharing practical strategies to strengthen your trading mindset and staying sharp when it matters most. Be there, because in trading, mindset matters as much as the markets. That's going to be next Tuesday at 1 p.m. And we're going to be dropping a form right now in the chat for you to submit your questions to Robin ahead of time. So fill out the form. If you got a question for Robin, fill it out, and then be back here Tuesday, 1 p.m. to see if your question is answered live here on Top Step TV. We love having Robin join us. We had to fast track another appearance because she's just so great. So get your questions in and then be here next Tuesday. Also, while you're in the mind, you're feeling like clicking on links and filling things out, have you heard about the weekly kickoff? That's right, Top Step's weekly kickoff email gets sent out every Monday morning, and it's written by our very own JD. Each edition of the weekly kickoff includes original Top Step content and topics ranging from technical analysis to trading psychology. And if you're not already receiving this email, click on the link in chat and sign up for it now. It's Friday. It'll be in your inbox on Monday. So here is your chance to jump on the bandwagon and get the weekly kickoff straight to your inbox every Monday morning. That's what I got for now, Andre. Throw it back to you guys.
Thank you. Yes. Don't just get one question in for Robin, and get two in, because she goes right through them. Next question. There you go. Pin in the top of the chat. I'm gonna get two questions in there. I know Doom, you tuned in. It helped you. You took a day off. You got your mind right. What did you gather from Robin Dane? Hogan Robin Dane. What did you gather specifically that really helped you?
Just the stories, because most of the thing that she talks about, I relate to. I've experienced. I've either learned on my own or read elsewhere. But it's trading such a job. But it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. The struggles we walk in and endure are the same. It's so weird. It doesn't matter who you are. It's same emotions, decision making. I've moved my stop 3 times so far just because it was right at view up and all that stuff. Also, the manual labor. I really like that part because I used to do that and I stopped for a little bit, and it's been key for me, getting out in the sun and getting stuff done, being away from the monitors. It's nice. It's also very personal. Everybody has to find their method to kind of vent and reset. It's not easy. Not easy.
Sure isn't. Hogue, you work with her. What do you get?
Yeah.
Did you get nervous? I asked you, do you get nervous before you jump on with Robin Dane? She's pretty much, she runs the show when she's on there. You got to get prepped, do some stretching.
Yeah.
She's no nonsense.
Do a few push-ups, a couple of crunches, and then I just wind her up and let her go. She's like, all right, next question. Next question. No, we're not done yet. We're going longer.
I love it.
She's fantastic. Love her to death.
You're close. 50 seconds. All right, let's take a look at the schedule. What do we have on tap for the rest of the day on Top Step TV? That is, so of course we got morning recap with Hogue himself after this. Then we got Trade with Top Step. We got Quezzy B and Coach J. Love them. Lunchbox Trading. We got Joseph A and Coach Deanna with JD. Top quiz with Jack and Hacker. Jack, have you written the questions out? Can you give us a little bit of a hint of what's to come?
Yeah, you'll just have to wait. The questions have surely been written. It's in.
Okay.
I got 2.5 hours. No, I haven't written the questions yet, but they will be there as always.
Hacker, what have you been studying? And then after that, we do have Rising Star. We got Justin Decker-Lock. I'll call him JDL, with also JD joining us. And of course, the lady takeover for the Reversal Challenge, the final hour of the trading weekend. Of course, at the buzzer, Coach J, Coach Paul. Don't forget, next week, we got NVIDIA earnings. He ain't done. Just getting this thing going here.
Here we go. New highs, ES. Boom. There it goes.
Woohoo!
Euro close, new highs.
Now we just got to bring the NASDAQ with us.
Holy NASDAQ follow here.
You can really see with NVIDIA today the benefits of being 8% of the S&P 500 with all these inflows. 'Cause they had some, not so bullish news this morning, but they are up 1.8%, pretty much just like the ES. ES is up 1.65% right now.
Yes, we are. Scratch up.
Good
VWAP
lots
George
on
and
MAQ,
JD.
right on my
VWAP George. George and JD. And joining myself here. Bitcoin back down at 4.7 move in the wow, Palantir. Okay, how about that? All right, grinding high here in the ES. New high 64.94 quarter. Ken, what's up, VWAP? I'll see you this afternoon. We'll get to all-time highs. Again, all-time highs 65.08. 15 points, 14 points to go. Triple M
Oh,
says,
come
anyone
on.
buy
Am I
that
asking
dip?
for too much?
What are you looking for here, Doom?
751. You know, 751 is what? 80 points from here? I'm not asking for too much.
Just 80 points? Yeah, sure.
Just 80 points and beyond, but 80 points. And if my entry does not become resistance, there's a lot of MAQ right at it.
Gold chilling right now. About a buck off the highs. Got gold pop up $50. $50 after Powell.
Inching towards 6,500 in the ES. They're teasing us with these all-time highs.
We're gonna do it. I think we'll see what happens at 6,500s. We'll see what happens when we get up to 6,500s. Come on, NASDAQ. Wake up, NASDAQ. Got about 20 points.
It's a little wedge. It's good stuff. Wedging an uptrend on a very small time frame. This should be that explosive move that I'm looking for. Now or never.
We do this all right. What do we got coming up? Here we go. Hammock. There you are. There you go. It's walking it back. Oh, here we go. Walking it back as expected. Well, I heard Chairman Powell is open-minded about. I heard Chair Powell is open-minded about the policy outlook. What do you mean you heard? You're in the room. I expect inflation and unemployment to rise. Really, the Fed should stick to modestly restrictive monetary policy. Hammock, what are you doing? I heard Chair Powell is open-minded about the policy outlook. What do you mean you heard? I expect inflation and unemployment to rise. Fed should stick to modestly restrictive monetary policy. Hello. That is hilarious.
I'm a lot
I wish
like
CPI was
Travis
next week.
Oh, that's so funny.
All that economy stuff just right over my head. I'm nothing on it. So bad on it. Just not understand, but place a decision based on that. Technical, simple, and
I heard.
It's
That is
so
so
tough.
funny.
All right, Doom, Andre, Jack, I'm going to sign out, get a little prep for the morning recap, getting going here. So always a pleasure to be with you all. Always a pleasure to be with all of you. I'll see you in a few.
All right. See you then, Hogue.
Later, Hogue. That is too funny. That was anything else? The break-even rate on jobs we need has shifted materially. Really? The Fed is still missing badly on inflation mandate? Hammock, what is
Hammock from the top ropes?
Real? Are you? I heard. What does that mean? I heard. We all
maybe
heard.
he was on the phone.
She was tuned into Top Step TV. I love it. I heard.
Hammock, if you're out there, identify yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Come on, NASDAQ. Can we grind this thing higher?
Send it.
Oh, we're grinding for those 6,500. 6,500 is about 5 points to go.
Friday. You think Powell's just flying out right now?
Get some laps in. 180 lots, 650. Doom, you're still long, right?
Yeah. I'm barely above break even here. I held through all that heat. Can't give it up now. Actually added and I have a new price, 636.75. I'm in with 3 micros. I'm starting to
Hammock,
dislike
the
this.
Fed needs to be
this
cautious about any move to cut rates.
What is going on? Come on.
I don't know.
They're
gonna.
I mean, it's strategic.
No.
We had a hunch. We had a hunch this may happen. We had a hunch. It's very strategic that they do bring her out. I mean, she notoriously hawk. I mean, what? Incredible. All right, we're getting closing on the 6,500s. Doom's still in this thing. We got to get, what do you say, 750s you're looking for, Doom?
Yeah, 751
Let me tight.
and above. Maybe 900s, 24,000. Also, we've seen this before all too many times where it makes the huge impulse and just stays relatively sideways into the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. All right, crude. Pushing down a little bit. 63.48. Got low day 63.31. Right, Pug? Yeah, where's Goolsby? They'd send Goolsby out for this one.
He's shredding dollars.
Yeah, it's true. Also, this kind of just came and went. We're talking about is this FOMC meeting going to be broadcast live? I haven't seen anything more about that. But Goolsby came out and said they will show the meeting.
It's kind of weird because, to my knowledge, he's the only person talking about it, and he's not a voter right now either.
Like no one. That's it.
Is he trying to become an influencer?
This one's. I mean, I hope it happens. It'd be incredible for TV. Absolutely incredible.
Austin Goolsby, if you're listening, we will 100% set you up with a trading combine if you will come on Top Tip TV.
100%.
You can be on
Goolsby.
every day.
Okay. Sounds like it's not like I agree. Anything moving here? 50-50 on the tilt. On this range. They're going to tap on these highs. Tap on the highs. Pull back, tap. Might be the grind going. NASDAQ, a little bit more reluctant to go. Gold, everything's a bit of a holding pattern here. Now, we do know, maybe Hammock put the brakes on this rally. Here we go. The broad picture of financial stability looks good. Thank you. Finally, something good. The job market must be evaluated by a wide range of data. Oh, don't. 489. What did you say?
Oh, yeah, 7-point pullback. Blood in the
did you
streets.
say? See the president. Couple more minutes here on Fast Markets. We got Doom number 48 on the big board. Doom absolutely chilling. Oh, how's Mrs. Doom doing?
Suffered damages.
No,
which was a win for me. The whole debate was that, hey, everything started with like just chilling all day in front of your computer, and every time I walk in your office, you're playing video games, and you're telling me that this is tough, not easy, la da da, and every time you're just super relaxed and nothing, women. It's like, okay, well, go do it. Huh? Conclusion: she admitted that this is not as easy as it looks. She's taking a break, made a little bit of money, and going on vacation for about a month.
Well done, Mrs.
Beginning of September. So, hands off deck for her for now.
Very good. Well done, Mrs. Doom.
All right. For me, this is not as easy as it looks.
It is not. It is not indeed.
Definitely.
We got a few more minutes here in Fast Markets. We got a morning recap coming up after that, but we had some market moving news. Jerome Powell. We got some more news. We got the hard-hitting news that only Top Step TV can bring you. No one better than James. James, come on in with that hard-hitting news.
That's right. Jerome Powell and I are the same. We both speak, and the market listens. Here to bring you the news you need to know to finish off your week. You guys have heard of wine bars, you've heard of craft beer, but time for craft water. A British restaurant is launching the first water menu. The restaurant, which already carries over 120 different varieties of wine, is now introducing a water menu. You have your choice of 4 stills, 6 sparklings, and of course, as much complimentary tap water as you like. If this sounds kind of dumb, it kind of is, but it's working. People are going. I don't know if you guys know this, but sober bars, sober cocktails, non-alcoholic drinks are on the rise as consumers look for more health alternatives without feeling left out at parties and concerts. So people are actually taking to this. They offer tasting menus with their water. You can have a cheese board while drinking different artisanal sparkling waters. It's only a matter of time before this makes it to somewhere in the United States, and I hope Chicago gets a water bar because we will be there reporting live the absolute day it opens. I promise you that. You guys want to go?
Yeah.
In?
Sure.
Yes, yeah.
First, hold on. I'm putting a massive short on the FTSE, and then I will short the S&P when this comes to America.
Yeah.
Then we can have some water.
Then we can have some water, finally. Incredible stuff. UK, you never cease to amaze me. Talking about amazing, we talked about this in the show yesterday a couple times, but I'm here to give you the full details of actually what happened. Cracker Barrel has lost almost $100 million in value as their stock plunges after their new logo. You've heard a lot of talk, but have you seen the logo? Let's go ahead and throw it up. On top is the newly designed logo. On bottom was the old. What you are seeing is a $10 million valuation loss.
What?
My bigger problem with this is I was talking with our one of our directors in the back, Andrea, was that what I thought we were done with this minimalistic style. I thought this was very end of my college days when all these companies were like, drop the just Facebook, right? But now we're going to make it so minimalist. And they took out the cracker and they took out the barrel. So
Would love to know how much they paid that branding agency to come up with that.
Yeah.
Too much.
Here you go. Got an idea, boss. Bam. What do you think?
You like that?
You like that? Let's go with it.
So
I did.
the article even admits that it's unusual for a company's share price to plunge dramatically due to a logo design, but typically moves like this can shake consumer confidence in their strategy. So that's kind of why the value tanked, because everyone was like, we don't know about this. I need my old guy sitting next to the barrel, otherwise I can't go to Cracker Barrel. And honestly, everyone on here, when was the last time you ate at a Cracker Barrel?
I'd like to ask Anne-Marie that question. Yeah.
It's been, we used to stop there when we drive to Wyoming, so I guess it's been probably, how old am I? It's been like 25 years, I would say.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my favorite, is when everyone gets all up in arms over something that it's like, when's the last time you ate it? A decade ago. But damn it, don't change what I know. Anyway,
rage.
Talking about changing what you know. Farewell. We got a Viking funeral for Hooters. Hooters was spotted floating down the Ohio River after closing for good. All that's missing is the bow and arrow with the flaming arrow to shoot it across the river and hit it. If you go to the next picture, here's a little bit a better image of it. Seriously, they put Hooters on a boat.
Well, they
towed it through the Ohio River.
Oh my god!
Eddie fired the arrow.
On the bridge, and they shoot the arrow from the bridge. Demolishing it is not good enough. They put it on a barge and they sent it downriver. Missing from this photo are the hordes of peoples crying, waving, giving their final salutes to the fallen hero. If you're wondering why they did this, the article suggests that they're actually taking it to a scrapyard downriver. For whatever reason, it's better just to destroy the building at the scrapyard than to destroy it and then transport the goods. So I guess logistically it makes sense, but could you imagine sitting in traffic, looking over to your right down in the river, and you see a Hooters going underneath you?
As I stare wistfully from the tilted kilt.
As you Godspeed, you beautiful devil, you.
Yeah.
Anyway, rest in peace, Hooters. You were a very questionable establishment to begin with. Anyway, that's what I got for you today, guys. Let's get back to fast markets. We still have a lot of Top Step TV to go.
Yep.
Have a great weekend, y'all.
Thank you, James. Got some more headlines hitting here. Feds Cook. I have no further comment about the mortgage controversy beyond my prior statement. The White House is coming out. Welcomes move by Canada on tariffs again. Canada moving tariffs on U.S. goods. See if this thing wants to go higher. Doom's still in this thing. You're ready for the weekend,
Yes,
aren't you,
sir.
Doom? You win 10 rounds with this market
You
this
guys-
week. You are ready for the weekend.
I'm already ready for the weekend. You brought me a very funny but not so funny memory of almost crashing my truck, going by a kilt establishment. They had all the ladies outside on the balcony waving at the intersection. Yeah, almost ran the light. Almost ran the light. I think it was somewhere in Illinois. I remember. It was a long time ago, but I'll
Where was it?
never forget that moment. I was completely hypnotized. Hypnotized. Market run.
Why were you
We might run next week, might not. See what happens here. I'm still either now or that's the pullback that I was trying to short earlier. We're ranging. I'm keeping an eye for exhaustion, maybe save a couple of bucks and cut it early. Or I'm going to
So this
stick
might
with
be a
the
reason
stop
for
I have and potentially call it a day here if I get run out.
Might have a little
We'll see.
catalyst for some profit taken up here at these highs. Maybe. I've got headlines to just say. Russia rejects Zelensky meeting as diplomatic tension simmers. We're not done. Markets are. We got headlines coming out. President is scheduled to make an announcement top of the hour.
Really quick, I got chart of the day up right now if we go to my screens.
Okay.
I did not take any Cracker Barrel trades yesterday. Truth be told, I just forgot about it once we got off air. But it did rebound quite a bit, and that's kind of knee-jerk. I don't want to be a long-term Cracker Barrel holder. It's not in the cards for me. But usually when you see one of these headlines that tanks it that much, I mean, if the business is sound or something, it will rebound. And this is before Powell talk this morning, too, although it did pump and kind of return after that. But Cracker Barrel, still not dead.
I believe
That should be
this
their
one
new
up in
slogan.
Gurney, right? There's one up by Six Flags. I think there was one up there.
Because you want to stop and eat some like country fried chicken fried steak and gravy right before you get on the roller coasters. That seems like
something like that.
I should run that. I should be the CEO.
CME night, Great America was fantastic. Okay, we got gold off about $10 here. Gold rolling over a little bit. 34.12 last trade. We had highs 34.23. Little push here, little push.
I'm about out here.
23,591. ES
I don't know.
not taking the lead. Out.
You know, that Cracker Barrel logo, even if you can't really see the billboard going down the highway just because it's so far away, you could have kind of made the figure of the cracker sitting with the barrel. Not anymore, I guess.
What was that?
I would make the whole logo just the Cracker Barrel guy with the barrel.
Right?
Hey,
and put it with small font on the barrel.
You're saying we could have done a better job than that. And I agree. What's the president going to say? What is the president going to say at the top of the hour? It's very interesting.
Cryptic. Just says, makes an announcement.
I know. What would the announcement be? What could it be? Tune in. Go after Cook. Will he be pleased with what he heard from Powell today? Maybe Zelensky in Russia or TikTok. You just don't know. We talk about redecorating the ballroom at the White House. Just never know here.
Lisa Cook and her mortgage.
Yep.
Could be any number of
70%
things.
short. 70% short in the NASDAQ. About 60 points off the highs now of 23,590 last trade there. ES not looking to push lower at all for the time being. We have that positive delta. Was 15,000 plus 15,000 means just lifting the offers. Aggressive buyers coming in and continuing to buy. Doom, you still on this? I'm sorry, did you cut?
Oh, me, I got kicked out.
Okay, all right. Doom is ready for that weekend. He's got some.
I was thinking about cutting it a little bit earlier, let it play out. Kick me out. Hey, waiting on the next one. If
Go to you, Jack. Jack, thoughts on the rest of the trading day? I don't think we're done by any means. I think there's a lot more. I mean, look at the range here. We'd have a 600-point range in the NASDAQ today. We've got a 100-point range in the ES. Jack, I'm going to put you on. Let's take it to you here. Are we going to make all-time highs in the ES today? Will we make all-time highs in the ES?
I'll do the hotter take and say no.
Ooh,
I like more likely to pull back to 64.70. I don't really have that many opinions on the all-time high. I'm more interested as a sticky point if we keep rallying up around here. 6,500 SPX. It is Friday. You have Powell speaking on weekly options expiration. That'll all be sorted out in Power Hour today. The thing with rates, there's always a knee-jerk move one direction or the other. People love to pile into it. I don't know. It's like the actual sentiment of what's going to be done hasn't changed that much. As I said, we went from like 70% to 90%, but Powell was much more dovish than we're accustomed to. I was kind of half expecting him to go out there and just be, Statler and Waldorf in one.
It was interesting that he referred to a year ago when he was out there a year ago. And this one, what was the time on this one? How long did he go for? Because last year was about 15 minutes.
It was
this one
long, man.
Yeah.
It was long. It had to be more. I wasn't looking at the time, but it had to be. It felt like it was like 20 minutes at least.
he mentioned global financial crisis twice, and the market kept on running. So the info hat bullish.
Yep. All right, Doom, thoughts? You calling it a day after this? Thanks for jumping on, man. You've had a hell of a week.
Yeah, well, I'm down $750.
Okay.
Just waiting on the next setup. It's not clean continuation here. It's right in the middle of the range. If it comes, it comes, and if I'm around to take it, I'll take it. Otherwise, I might call it a week.
Yeah.
Have a nice heavy lunch. Take my afternoon nap time. This being a trader, I gotta say, living the life, man. Enjoying your time. Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. We might have that Trump feed. We might be able to bring the Trump announcement here at the top of the hour. We'll find out about that. Again, it makes an announcement. That's all it says in the Oval Office. In the Oval Office. That being said, Doom, hey, you are the comeback king. You are the comeback king when you get off fast. We're going to see it a lot.
As long as there are comeback conditions. There's comeback conditions. Yeah. Also, Monday could be a great comeback day.
I love it. Okay. All right. Let's get in here like a minute early so Ho can get in here for a morning recap. Jack, great job today. Doom, great job today. We'll see if we get that Trump thing in Trump announcement at the top of that thing. What's he going to talk about? Who knows? But he is making an announcement from the Oval Office. All right. We got morning recap coming up next. Doom, you the man. Thank you all week. Jack, I'll see you later today on Hop Quiz. With that being said, Top Step TV, let's go. Markets are moving today. Come on.